Hello guys, welcome back to Vanzi channel. Today I will share again a list of 45 games that you can play on Winlator using the Poco X6 Pro smartphone, Dimensity 83000 Ultra. As you know, the MediaTek processor or Mali GPU is still not smooth enough to play some heavy games. Sometimes there are still many graphic bugs, force close and black screen. To maximize the performance of Winlator on this processor, use the settings that you think are more stable and better. Okay guys, let's begin. First list, Blades of Time. As you can see, this game is still not smooth enough for you to play on this device. If you have a more stable setting, please comment. 2. Devil May Cry 4. Different from the previous list. You can play this game with more stable FPS, and of course it is playable for you to play on this Poco X6 Pro. 3. My Summer Car. Even though the graphics obtained are not yet satisfactory, you can still play this game with quite impressive FPS above 10s. 4. PES 2013. This is one of the most popular games on Winlator. Now you can play it on Poco X6 Pro by making a few changes to the settings on your smartphone. 5. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. Sometimes this game gets stuck at the beginning and after certain scenes, and the frames per second obtained from this game is also still under a dozen. 6. Resident Evil Revelations 1. Now, you must be able to play one of the popular Resident Evil franchises on Poco X6 Pro. Use your better settings than this. 7. Call of Duty 4: Modern Warfare. One of the best first-person games that you can play quite smoothly and stably on your Poco X6 Pro device. Use your own settings. 8. FIFA 13. Just like the fourth list above, this game can also be played quite playably on this device. I suggest prioritizing your own settings. 9. Resident Evil 5. Actually, you can play this game quite stably on GPU Mali, with FPS above dozens. Use the latest version of Winlator and use better settings. 10. 10 Blades. This is one of the action games that you can play quite playably on Winlator using your current Poco X6 Pro device. Use your own settings to play this. 11. Dead Space. Dead Space is one of the best horror games of its time on PC. Now, of course, you can play this legendary game on your Poco X6 Pro device. 12. Need for Speed Most Wanted. In order to play this game smoothly on Winlator using Mali GPU, I suggest you to use the latest version of Winlator and better settings. 13. Shark Attack. One of the 2D games that is quite entertaining for you to play on this Winlator. Now you can definitely play this game without special settings. 14. Flatout. This is the most fun racing game wrapped in action genre in its gameplay. Now you can play it, but this game still has many graphic bugs. 15. Euro Truck Simulator. Use the latest version of Winlator, and of course, also use the settings that you think are better to use on this Poco X6 Pro device. 16. The Incredible Hulk. You can play this game with stable FPS above 50 on your Poco X6 Pro device. It seems like you don't need any special settings to play it smoothly. 17. Fallout: New Vegas. This game has quite interesting gameplay from other action games. You can play it now even though the FPS obtained is still relatively low. 18. Fallout 3 is an action role-playing game that can be played from either a first-person or third-person perspective. Use your own settings to play. 19th Wrath: Aeon of Ruin. This cool game can now be played quite playably on the Poco X6 Pro. Use at least some of the settings shown below. 20. Warcraft 2. Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness is a fantasy real-time strategy computer game developed by Blizzard Entertainment and released for MS-DOS and Microsoft Windows. 21. Tomb Raider Legend. One of the most memorable and most enjoyable classic games for you to play on your Poco X6 Pro device. Use better settings than this to play. 22. Mitsurugi Kamui Hikae. This focuses on high-speed, arena-based action. Use lightning-fast sword slashes, hand-to-hand attacks, and mysterious ancient fighting. 23. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. The game is a third-person adventure game. Now you can play this classic Harry Potter game on your Poco X6 Pro. 24. Farm Frenzy 2. The player's objective is to complete 90 levels working on a farm by raising animals and collecting goods for production and profit. 25. Fallout 2. Fallout 2 is cool because it's a non-linear, non-class-based, kick-ass, post-nuclear computer role-playing game with a high replayability value. 26. Crysis. Suit up as Prophet. A nanosuit-enhanced super soldier on a mission to save mankind with some of the most fearsome weaponry ever devised. 27. Age of Empires 2. At first, focus on learning the early game well. Try to get your advancement times for each age down as you learn to handle your economy better. 28. System Shock 2. System Shock 2 is the sequel to System Shock. The game was released on the 11th of August, 1999. It was originally designed as a standalone title. 29. Need for Speed Underground 2. Use the latest version of Winlator to be able to play this game more smoothly on your Poco X6 Pro. Also use your best settings. 30. Need for Speed Carbon. Same as the previous list. I suggest you to use the latest version of Winlator so that this game can be played stably. 31. Manhunt 2. The game follows Daniel Lamb, a mental patient suffering from amnesia as he tries to uncover his identity, and Leo Casper, a sociopathic assassin. 32. The Walking Dead, First Season. The game follows Lee Everett, a convicted criminal who becomes the guardian of a young girl named Clementine. 33. Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. It's a challenging and fun game that requires bronze, brains, and an appreciation of wicked-looking backflips and stuff. 34. Painkiller, Gothic story, frantic gameplay. Painkiller is a first-person horror shooter designed to satisfy a gamer's hunger for intense, fast-paced action. 35. Killing Floor is a survival horror set in the devastated cities and countryside of England after a series of cloning experiments for the military goes horribly wrong. 36. Fear is a series of horror first-person shooters set around Alma Wade. Now you can play this game on your Poco X6 Pro device. 37. Hitman 2, Silent Assassin. This game is smooth enough for you to play. Use the latest version of Winlator and use the settings that you think are more stable. 38. GTA 4. This game is the most searched and played on the Winlator emulator at the moment after GTA 5. Now you can play it quite playably on this device. 39. Dreadout. This is the best horror survival game made by Indonesians. Now you can play this cool game quite smoothly on Winlator Mali. 40. Jump Force Mugen. This game is made by fans with a fairly iconic 2D feel. This game can certainly be played very playable on this device. 41. Call of Duty 2, no doubt. This is one of the best FPS games after Call of Duty 4 that you should include in your game list later. This game is also smooth to play. 42. SteamWorld Dig 1. The objective of the game is to dig through Tumbleton's mine, which also involves solving puzzles and platforming to avoid traps and enemies. 43. SteamWorld Dig 2. After the mysterious disappearance of Rusty, Dorothy decides to stay in the town of El Machino in search with an unlikely companion. 44. Far Cry. This cool game can be played with stable frames per second above dozens. You can also use the settings that you think are better on this Poco X6 Pro. Final list. 45. Left 4 Dead 1. For GPU Mali, the current version of Winlator is not able to play the second version of this game. Use your own best settings to play. Okay. Those are the top 45 games that you can play on this Poco X6 Pro device. If there is one game that you think has not been included in the list as it should be, I apologize. Okay, if you find this video useful for you, don't forget to share it with your friends. And also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Van Z channel. If you have any recommendations for the next list that you want to discuss, please let me know in the comments. Okay? See you in the next video. Bye.